Assalamu alaikum. Islam is a universal religion. It has a set of defined articles of faith and practice. There are broadly accepted forms of worship and devotional practices. However, Islam is also a local phenomenon. It has created subcultures wherever it has arrived, and Indonesia is no exception. We have the Arabian Islam, the South Asian Islam, African and Western Islam. And by these prefixes, I mean the cultures that it has nurtured in among these people. Talking about Islamic subcultures around the world, we may even find striking similarities between some of them. Today, we want to speak about the subcultures Islam has produced in the islands of Java and that of Malabar. I happened to visit some islands of Indonesia along with the Cambridge Muslim College Heritage Tour led by Shaykh Abdal Hakim Murad. During these travels, I happened to discover many similarities between those in Malabar and in the places that I visited in Java. And when I spoke to Dr. Bahauddeen Nadwi, the Vice Chancellor of Darul Huda Islamic University, he happened to share very interesting insights. The relationship between Javanese Islam and Malabar Islam extended to political, social, and even family ties. Dr. Bahauddeen Nadwi says one of the wives of Sayyid Muhammad Nadwi belonged to Indonesia. She hailed from the Timor region of the Javanese islands. He also says the dars system, which was prevalent in Kerala for some time ago, is still relevant and is being practiced in Java Muslims. Moreover, both communities still follow the Shafi madhab of Islamic fiqh in their devotional practices. You may have heard of Punani, the so-called minor Makkah, where traditional Islamic learning was at its zenith. Now, Shaykh Zainuddin Makhdum, one of his most famous books is called Fathul Mu'in, and this book had translation from an Indonesian student of Shaykh Zainuddin Makhdum. Now, there may be many similarities in language, in perhaps dress, in the food, but the most striking one which I found during my travels along with the Cambridge Muslim College tour was the bidug musical instrument. Bidug is a barrel-shaped drum which is suspended from the top, and this is hit by the beater just before the adhan. In my conversation with Dr. Bahauddeen Nadwi, he says a very similar instrument was used widely across Malabar, and this was called nagara. The students would compete with one another so that they could get a chance to hit or to make sound with this nagara. And the stick called the nagara kohl, this used to be a favorite toy of the students. Students were very fond of hitting on this nagara, and the stick, the nagara kohl, would come in two pairs so that they could hit from both sides. Now some students were so eager about this that they would hide the one pair from their competitors so that he alone would get a chance to hit the nagara.
അതിനുള്ള മത്സര മനസ്ഥിതി കൊണ്ട് അടുത്ത ബാങ്കിൻ്റെ സമയത്ത് എനിക്ക് അടിക്കണമെന്ന വാശി കൊണ്ട് അതിന് രണ്ട് കോലിൽ ഒന്ന് ഒരാൾ എടുത്തു ഒളിപ്പിച്ചു വെക്കും അവസരം കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടി അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒളിപ്പിച്ച് വെച്ചാൽ തന്നെ അത് എടുത്തുകൊണ്ടിട്ട് അടിക്കും.
It may be difficult to give a complete picture of this historical relationship between Nagara and the Bidu. However, we may safely assume that both these communities had the scholars coming from Hadramaut as their founding fathers. The Ahlul Bayt scholars who trace their lineage back to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, they exerted immense influence in the communities of Java and Malabar, and they continue to do so. If we were to give some extra attention to this comparative study between Java Islam and Malabar, perhaps we may discover even more interesting facts beyond the Nagara and Badu. Thank you for watching.